So this is going to be a kind of a thought-provoking, dark question type video. What are some of the fears that y'all have? You know what I'm saying? Like legitimate fears. Not being like, oh, I'm afraid of not having my cell phone during the day. Like, fuck that bullshit. Like, I've gone days without my cell phone just because I don't want to have it. But, my fears are like, I'm kind of afraid of heights, right? And it's not the fact I'm afraid of high places, because it's just falling from high places, not being able to catch myself. Like, if I were to go skydiving and my parachute didn't open, I wouldn't be able to save myself. If I were to slide down the side of a cliff and not being able to catch on to something to stop myself from falling all the way down, that'd be kind of fucked up. But it's not the heights, it's not being able to catch myself if I were to actually fall, right? Another thing is like dying without people knowing about it, or just dying, period. Is something I'm kind of afraid of, but because I'm just unsure about it. I'm a religious guy. I'm Catholic, and whatever. And I do believe in the afterlife, and I do believe that there is eternity and heaven afterwards and all that type of stuff, right? And I do believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and it's just I'm just unsure of it, and I'm kind of afraid of it. But then I'm also afraid of not knowing about, or people not knowing about it, and then nobody showing up to my funeral, and then like a year later people are like, what happened to Minion? Where's Minion at? And they try to get a hold of me, and they think I'm just being some asshole that's ignoring everybody or some shit, right? Because I don't think I would ever be able to have somebody get onto my social media accounts like YouTube and Instagram or whatever and let people know, hey, Minion's no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just the thing. So, and there's a couple other fears, like, becoming incapacitated, to where I can't take care of myself physically or mentally or whatever, and I have nothing against people who have disabilities in any way, shape, or form, but I'm so used to being the way I am that if I had complications with myself, I don't know how, like, it would take time for me to get used to, and I would still be a happy person, right? And I would still be thankful for having my life. I'd rather be alive with a disability than dead, right? But, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just like, if I were to lose my leg, right? I will never be able to ride a dirt bike again if I were to lose my leg. And I would struggle to be able to drive a vehicle if I lost my leg, right? If I lost my arm, I can't drive a stick shift vehicle anymore, really, for the most part. So I'd have to get, which I need an automatic vehicle anyhow, right? But it's stupid shit like that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's because I love riding dirt bikes. Riding dirt bikes is my life. It's my passion, and it's who I am, because I've been doing it for 20 years. And I can't, like, I went through a 3-year period where I had no dirt bike, and every day was a freaking grind, dude. Like, I kept thinking, I kept trying to save my money to get another bike, and every time I got to a certain point, something broke in my truck, and I'd have to spend all that money on fixing my truck, and then I'd have to of course pay my bills and shit like that, so it's like, and then other shit would come up, like I would have to buy a new cell phone because the phone that I had got broken in my pocket, or I dropped it and it broke or whatever. So you know, and then I'd have to, like, I'd have, like, the pair of shoes I'm wearing would go out, so I would be like, fuck, alright, well, let me just go buy 2 or 3 new pairs of shoes, so I'd have them back, you know. I would overbuy shit like that, like shoes and shirts and pants, socks, underwear, just so I didn't have to go out and buy more for a long time. And that's why it's like every time I'd start, it took me 3 years just, you know, between the time I sold my last dirt bike and the time that the people that gave me or letting me use the bike I have now, you know, that's why it took 3 years. But those are some of my fears that I have. Let me know down in the comment section down below what y'all think, what your fears are, some of your fears are, and because, and I'm not trying to put y'all on blast, you know, because I'm not making fun of anybody, right? Like, I just, you know, would like to, you know, see what some other people's fears are, and, you know, talk about it and be like, oh yeah, I have kind of that fear too, you know, or hey, you know, that fear I don't have that fear, but it makes sense and I can understand why or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So let me know down in the comment section down below, and I shall catch y'all on the flip side.